Hi guys. How are you? Look, he's still dying from coughing. I told you guys that I was gonna see you Saturday, so here I am. I don't really like doing serious videos, but this will be one. It's just really a life update, basically. Okay. I just feel like I have to catch you guys up. Yeah, that's basically what I feel like I have to do. I know that I'm not really constant on YouTube like I want to be or like how I should be, but there are reasons for that, unfortunately. It's not that I'm lazy or I don't have ideas because I have a lot of ideas written down. It's just really because of my mental, but I have really bad anxiety and stress levels. And I also have seasonal depression, and it usually comes in wintertime, but sometimes it will like move to spring, and sometimes it can be fall to winter, or sometimes it's fall to spring. So I just struggle with that. And I have meds I need to take, or that I should be taking, or whatever the case is. When I'm depressed, I don't just like I don't I don't stay on top of it like I should. So in a way, I do it to myself, but I don't mean to do it. It just happens because I'm depressed and I just don't want to do it. And when I'm depressed, I usually don't know I'm depressed until I'm like deep in it or it's almost over with. But these past 2 years, I would say, has been really hard on me. Like my mental, my physical, it's been hard on my friends and family. But this happened in like 2023, maybe, I would say. It started in 2023. Um, but basically, I would pass out. I can still hear and feel people when they try to wake me, but I can't respond. People will try to pick me up and I'm just dead weight. I'll try to move, but I'm dead weight. People would, like doctors that I had, would just push it off and like, we don't know what's wrong with you, so well. It happened when I was at work, and usually ever since like 2018, I would say, at that time, it was just always being in my house and not having like going out with friends and stuff like I should. I didn't have a car, I didn't have a job. So I was really like marinating in the household that I was living in, which was my parents. So like it really took a mental toll on me to the fact that I would start shaking, like have body twitches and face twitches. And I would get so weak that I could not move because my mental was taking such a toll on me. It was from high stress and high anxiety just living in a household. Like my face, even now to this day, even now to this day, my face will still do face twitches. That's how I usually know like when I'm stressed, or if I just like haven't, like if I'm really tired, my face will twitch. I haven't had body twitches in a very long time. At the time, it happened with my arm. My arm was just doing this, and then it would stop, and I had no control of it. I was like, I got so scared that I went to my brother, and I was like, bro, my arm keeps twitching, and he was like, you should be fine. But then it turned out like my whole body would twitch, and I would get so weak. There'd be times where it would be really bad to where I would be laying in bed and just breathing would just be too much. Just blinking would just be too much of my body. And I would just like feel like I'm dying. But I wasn't dying, I think. But when I went to the hospital with the body twitches, I they told me it was just because of my stress and anxiety and I needed to see a therapist. Honestly, didn't believe them. Not gonna hold you. But I still went to a therapist, and they put me on meds. And with the meds, it stopped the weakness part of my episodes. but I'll still have my face twitches, and I'll have this like little shoulder thing like this. That was like a good example, because I low-key I low-key felt something just there. But I also have one where my body just feels like it is shaking, just like vibrating really bad. But to people outside looking outward, like at my body, it looks like I'm just standing there or sitting there or whatever. Yeah, they put me on medication, and when they put me on the medication, it limited my, like, it stopped my physical body, like the actual like twitching. I still get the face, I still get the shoulders, and if it's really bad, I won't get weak or anything, but I'll have my body like feel like it's just vibrating when it's either bad or when it starts. Is when my heart, my chest will start hurting, like right here, will just like feel like someone squeezing it. I have a eyelash. It gets to a point where once a year, I would just have a point in my life where I would have really, really bad anxiety and stress at the same time, to where my face twitches will happen. I feel a little weak, and then my body starts twitching and stuff like that. But in 2023, I don't know what was happening. I guess my body was just tired in general, and then stress from work and stuff didn't help. And I just like passed out, and I was really scared. That was the most scariest thing ever. I don't like crying in front of people, but at that moment I thought I was about to die. Like, I was so scared. And then I was like, okay, that was weird. Like, I've never passed out before. This is new. I was like, okay, whatever. And then like the next day, I passed out again. And then it got to a point to where I was literally passed out every day, multiple times a day. I say more than 12 times, because I was counting. It never hit past 20, if I'm not mistaken, but it was always past 12. Like, after 12, I'm like, I'm not counting anymore. But I'm pretty sure it never hit past 20. I went and saw a doctor about it. They did a brain scan on me, like an EEG and stuff like that. I was in the hospital for like 3 days, if I'm not mistaken. One, there was a ghost. Bro, I could have sworn there was a ghost in my room. I'm not gonna hold you about that. That was crazy. Like, that's another story for another day. But but I was in the hospital for 3 days while they scanned my brain and literally monitored me. At that time, I felt like at the lowest point of my life. Like, I've never felt so low. And it was insane, because at that time I had my fitness coach, and I was losing weight, I was working, eating right, I was going to the gym, I was doing all these good things in my life, and yet here I am at the lowest point of my life now, and all of that stopped. My life just felt like it was on a pause. At the hospital, I even like had a vulnerable moment with my fitness coach. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. And he was just like, it's okay. Like, basically he was just rooting for me. And very grateful for that man. Like, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be cooking, following these meal plans that I was given. I don't know how I'm going to be going to the gym or any of that. And this man was just like, it's okay. Like, I'm going to teach you how to eat by yourself, like how, like what you should do, right? What exercises and stuff. But I never had the chance to get to follow them, high key, because I couldn't afford him anymore. I wasn't working. They literally told me I could not go to the gym. They told me I could not work, and they told me I could not drive because of passing out. And they didn't know what was wrong with me. So when I was in that hospital for 3 days, I had a bad doctor. The people that read my brain waves didn't know what was wrong. Like, I wasn't having any seizures. My body looked like I was having seizures, but my brain wasn't showing that I was having seizures. It would be like I'll have my seizure and then I'll pass out. Or I'll be passed out while having like the seizure-like activities. the doctor came in. He was like, what did they say? So I told him what they said. And he was like, okay, I don't know. Like, he was basically like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you're free to go. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, you're not going to run any more tests or anything. And so I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. And I think I saw another doctor after that. I probably saw 3 doctors, and none of them knew what was wrong with me. So I just took it as it is. I just got to a point where I just got used to it, but I was also tired and I was depressed. And I had to deal with it for a year. But my friends and family, like, really came through. They would always check on me, and then they got to the point where we were so used to it. No one was in a panic mode or anything, which I was grateful for. Even if they were, they hid that. They hid that really well. I know my friends were just like, they'll try to get me out the house and stuff, which worked. But obviously they have lives. So there's just times where I was just in my room, just doing nothing. With the whole passing out, I couldn't really be around flashing lights or strobe lights. So like I would go to church and I wouldn't be able to go in there because of the lights. And like flashing lights will be too much. Like the ones when people have it as their ringer, as their like notification. And I didn't realize how many people around me had that. So I was like, face switch. There'd be points where I face switch but not pass out. So that was the thing. I could not be around police cars, like lights, police lights, because that would make me pass out. I couldn't be around firefighter lights because that would make me pass out. But even before I was passing out, sometimes the lights and or sound of the firefighter trucks will make my like face switch or like my shoulder. I'd be in the car and a police goes by with his flashing lights and I will pass out from that, or the firefighter will go by with his sound because I will close my eyes, but even the sound will make me pass out because it'll be too much. So I was like, you know what? Let me get a second opinion. Everyone kept telling me get a second opinion. But I was just like, no, like they said what they said, like no one knows. I threw out ideas and they just took it at face value so far. No one like is taking it serious. I don't know if the doctors here suck or they just, or because I'm Black, because you know, so there are doctors that just like don't take care of their the Black patients. I think I was saying what's the point because I was depressed. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, whatever. But one day I was just like, you know what? Why don't I get a second opinion? So that's what I did. And they told me that I was having non-epileptic seizures and that it was just, I just have to live my regular life and go to work and all this stuff. Like I can go back to what I was doing before, basically. But at that point, it's been like a year. It's been like a year at that point. And so I was like, okay, how do I go back to regular life? Because I've been literally living in my room. Like in the beginning of the passing out, I'll be under my friend Kayla. Like I'll go to her college and I'll hang out with her on some days. Or my friend Malaysia will come by and I'll hang out with her at her house. And actually that's the only friends I have. I hang out with my friend Tay or Alejandro and just hang out with them at their houses. And then it was just like, it just slowly decreased. And then I was just by myself. And I was just by myself for a long time. Yeah, they would like check on me and hang out with me every once in a while. But it wasn't like how it was in the beginning where it was just like constantly every day I was not at home. I'm 100% content with just being by myself in my room forever. Like, I'm not going to hold you. But when you're depressed on top of that, it's just like, it's just something you don't really want to be in. But at the same time, you're already in it. So it's just your comfortable spot. Like, for me at least. I don't know about anyone that has depression and goes through like that situation. But for me, I just want to just lay in my bed and sleep all day. Or I can't sleep all day. Like I can't sleep. So there'll be days where I'm just like up all the time. And just living in this room 24/7. And then the only time I come out is to eat. And that's if I remember to eat. And like going to like that one meal a day. Or or a switch to like eating constantly and not eating healthy, eating fast food all the time. So it was just like depression. But even though I was going through that, I was still blessed that I did have people in my life that would check up on me and try to get me out the house when they can, because they do have their own lives. They all are working. They're all, well, half of them are going to school and stuff like that. So it was just a blessing that they were able to help me. That was a lot. Bro, that was a lot to explain. I was able to go back to work in July. So after my birthday. I basically spent my age of 25 being in the house and passing out, which was insane. At the time, I had to depend on my best friend's mom since I live with them. She will be my ride to the job and stuff since we work at the same job. But the thing was that she had knee surgery, and those 3 months I couldn't go to work because I was taking care of her, because she literally had no one. Both of her kids are in college. By the end of that, I wasn't even passing out. I can't remember the last time I even passed out. It's been so long. And so I guess that doctor was right. Yeah, so then I was able to go back to work in September of last year. That's so funny because it's January of 25. Okay, anyway. And I just like been working ever since. I just somewhat recently got back into the gym. Like, I go when my friends are able to take me nowadays. I still don't have a car. My credit is bad. It was a whole lot of things that also happened that just really messed up my credit. Some of it was my fault and some of it was not my fault. It feels like I have to start from the bottom and work my way up now. And literally all I've been doing is working. Yeah. I was supposed to have multiple like chapters of this, and I've just been talking. I've been stuck on the first one because there was just so much to explain just now. There was just so much that happened. So the past few years, basically, I literally just been having a hard time with my mental and physically, and yeah, and my friends and family were just there to support me. So blessed with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was just things not going my way with my career and YouTube. Literally, I was supposed to be working on my acting, trying to get as much gigs as I can, but that just wasn't the case because of the passing out and me not being able to drive and stuff. I would try, like on my tattoo video, for example, I was still passing out at that time. But I would have to like edit anytime I passed out. And that was just too much on me because I was still passing out multiple times a day back then, like in my old videos. And obviously you wouldn't tell because I edited them out. So YouTube was just hard because of that. I could be mid-talk and then I'll just pass out in my YouTube video. The good thing is that the passing out didn't last no more than a minute. So, but I would come out of it and then go straight back into it. Really crazy about it was that even though I would pass out, I could wake up and still go straight back into it. And that could happen like back to back about 3 to 4 times. So, or I can just pass out and then wake up and I'm good. So when I'm recording videos, it'll be hard because I will pass out. Even though it doesn't last a minute, I will come out of it. And 9 times out of 10, I'll go back into it before getting out of it. So that was hard in itself. So it just really took a toll on editing and filming because I'll just feel discouraged with that. I couldn't do acting like I wanted to. I literally was doing this thing called Dinner Detective at the time. And just like having my co-stars worry for me because they would be scared. I'll pass out and they'll be like, Deja, are you okay? And I can't respond. And they're low-key, not even low-key. They would be scared. They'd be so worried for me. And it'll be like right before I have to like go on and do my scene. One of my scenes, I had to pretend like I'm passed out, but sometimes I actually would be passed out. And the thing is that since it was kind of a long scene, and my episodes, whether I like pass out and then come out and then pass out and then come out again, it will still be long enough for me to do that and then still be acting. And then since I'll use so much energy in that scene, by the time I get into the room, I'll pass out because my body is tired. I overused my body. Like, I didn't really have the energy. Like, now I can do it. I can do it now. But at that time, I couldn't. So just running in the room, passing out, actually passing out during that moment, coming in and out of it, and then getting up, having to scream my head off, be extra, do some other things, and then like leave the room was a lot for me. And then I would like pass out when I leave. So that was a whole thing. And that discouraged me too. I don't know why I feel like crying. I don't know why I feel like crying because I don't know. I'm just really passionate about acting. And every time I would do acting or YouTube, it's just like it always fails. And I'm so determined this year. I am beyond determined. I just have a lot of things planned. There's just so many things I expect of this year of 2025 that I know I can get done if I just put my mind to it. Yeah. Enough with all that stuff. My life updates now is one, this one's serious, but I think this is the only serious one I have, is that my hedgehog Herbert is going to have surgery on the 29th. He has a tumor growing out of his head. And also, he's not my hedgehog, technically. He's my brother's, but whatever. He has a tumor coming out of his head, and he's going to need surgery for it to get removed. So hopefully that goes well. We gotta pray for him. Apparently, hedgehogs could get tumors. Why does my thing keep... Maybe they're dead. I'm just praying that it goes well and that he just comes out better and that the tumor stop growing. Because right now, it's actively still growing. But that's the only like serious thing that's like in an update right now. I am going to therapy again, so that's supposed to help with my mental. I was going in person, but it's hard to keep going and find someone to take me, and like putting stress on myself of work and when is their availability and all this other stuff. So I just switched to BetterHelp. This is a sponsor for BetterHelp. No. I wish. No, but I did start using BetterHelp. I have my first one soon, so I'm really excited. It actually is a bit cheaper than going in person, not gonna hold you. Because I was going bi-weekly. And going from the price from going bi-weekly and me going like, having an appointment every week or paying every week, literally not that bad. It's like a couple of dollars cheaper than what I'll pay for just going in person for the bi-weekly. The last thing is that I'm just really pushing my expectations. I'm putting myself first, basically, on this year. I'm putting myself first, and my standards are high with myself, and my expectations are high with myself. I am a person that is very hard on themselves, but even though I'm pushing myself, I'm trying to take that time out to like take care of myself, as well as trying to be consistent. I've trying new things this year with myself on how to be consistent, how to constantly upload on YouTube, and have my plans like laid out, which I always have. It's just that by the time I start doing YouTube, I'm already like mid-depressed or I'm depressed and don't know it, basically. Not saying that in my videos I'm just pretend happy. Like, that's just my personality in general in my videos. But I can always like tell with myself that there's something wrong. So yeah, I don't know why I started dancing. This is a serious topic. I'm a type of person that could do things on the whim at the same time. Like, if I wanted to and I had the money right now, which I can't really spend because Herbert has surgery. But if I did technically have the money, I'm the type of person that's like, oh, like, I'm gonna request this day and this day off, and I'm just gonna go to New York for a weekend. Or if I really wanted to, I can go to LA like right now, like on my next off day, just for a day, just cause I'm that type of person. And I miss that type of person. I miss those old things, and I'm trying to bring them back. It's just that I'm still working on how to be who I used to be, like who I expect myself to be, who I want others to view me as, in a way, I guess. I mean, I don't care what other people think about me, but at the same time, like, I do. It's not like being like, yeah, she's ugly as fuck. And I keep forgetting I can't cuss. It's like, it's not like, yeah, she's ugly AF. Ew, disgusting. Like, I don't care. The heck. Okay? Okay. But at the same time, like, with my friends and family, it's like they know me. I don't know how to explain it. Basically, I'm trying to work myself on how I'm working on myself, on the person I'm trying to become. And the only way I can become that person is to do the things that I expect that person to be like, or to do. This year is gonna be crazy, honestly. I have a lot of things planned for YouTube already, even though most of them are like mid-June to December, but that's okay. I just know during that time it's gonna be a bit crazy for me, just because at that time I won't be near any of my family and friends. I won't have to make new friends and stuff like that. So I'm really worried, but at the same time, like, I just have to do what I gotta do. Okay. Anyway, if you stayed this long, girl, I don't know. So I'm a little crazy, but if you stayed this long, thank you so much. I love you so much. Yeah. Just like and subscribe if you haven't. I forgot how to end YouTube videos. It's been like 9 months. But can you just like and subscribe if you haven't? Become part of the family. I know this was a serious one, but you know me, I'm not gonna be like serious in my next videos. I'm hoping not to ever have a serious video like from here on out, or at least for this year, basically. Or any other. Actually, I don't want another serious video at all. Okay, I'm good, actually. I don't like. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I do love you guys. I am grateful that you stayed and heard my rambling and all my seriousness that I feel like I haven't told anyone. I don't even think I told my family, but I can still figure that out now, huh? Actually, I don't even think my family watches my YouTube videos. Oh, well, GG. Anyway, I love you guys. Y'all be safe. I will see you next Saturday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Love you guys.